Hello, my name is Irena, and before we dive into this mini training, I'd love to invite you to arrive here and now. So please close your eyes and notice the weight of your body resting on the chair. And observe your chest or stomach rising and falling with each breath. If your mind wanders away, don't get upset at yourself. Simply acknowledge, oh, my mind has wandered away, and bring back your attention to your breathing. Now, notice if you can pick up with your sense of hearing the furthest away sound. And now shift your attention to what's the closest sound you can hear. Now, gently open your eyes and notice an object in front of you, any object. See if you can find a new detail, perhaps in the color, in the texture, or in the shadow or the shape. And now expand your visual awareness. Look around you with a diffuse focus. So, not looking in particular at a certain object, but just take in what's around you. And notice how you're feeling as well. Now, congratulations. What you practiced just now is self command, which is one of our three core mental muscles, where we place our attention with intention. So, today we will dive into mental fitness. What is it? Why is it good for us? And how to get fit, how to grow those core mental muscles so we can thrive even in challenging times. Now, let's define mental fitness. You may have your own, but I would love to offer this definition to you, which is our mental capacity to respond to life challenges with positive mindset rather than getting upset or getting stressed about it. So imagine yourself able to remain calm, clear headed, and positive, even in the midst of handling work and life's greatest challenges. What becomes possible for you? You could imagine the impact perhaps in your performance and in your peace of mind and wellness, and also in your relationships. So, just like we exercise our physical fitness because we want to be healthy and have greater quality of life outside of the gym, right? So, it's the same thing here. We work on our mental muscle so we can become mentally fit and we develop powers in positive intelligence or PQ for short, so we can create our best possible success while also improving our happiness. So, what I appreciate most about mental fitness with the PQ model is that it's highly practical and at the same time research based. It's synthesizing the latest discoveries from four domains in positive psychology, performance science, neuroscience, and also cognitive behavioral psychology. So it's a life's work of Sirsat Samin. He's a professor in Stanford with quite various diverse training from engineering to psychology to business, and is the founder of Positive Intelligence. So the research is also battle tested with hundreds of CEOs and their teams, with Stanford students and world class athletes, and it's validated with over 500,000 participants. And it's focused on building muscles through consistent action to form lasting positive habits. So for me, as someone with mental health history, and I'm quite a research geek myself, this all click into place. And especially as someone who has gone through and overcome depression, I knew like I have to keep up with my mental health, and the tools from positive intelligence really helped me give structure and also clarity to build my mental fitness. So this whole research is also summarized in a book which has been translated into, yeah, likely also in your own native language. So look it up, Positive Intelligence. And as a coach for some years now, I was also struck by its simplicity. And that's because it works on the root cause through factor analysis. So just like the root of thousands of colors, we have only three colors actually: red, blue, yellow. Quite similar here. At the root of our mental fitness are three core muscles. So first is the saboteur interceptor muscles and our sage muscles. And the third is self-command, which we practiced earlier. We can identify there are 10 types of saboteurs and there are 5 sage powers. And so we don't overwhelm ourselves because there are not hundreds of ways where we sabotage ourselves, but there are only 10. And also with the sage powers, we can counter all these saboteurs that lives within with these 5 core powers. Let's go to the first muscle, our saboteur interceptor muscle. And you likely recognize this saboteur. It's the main character here, the judge. It's quite universal, and every one of us has this inner judge. And based on our personality or past experiences, we develop also other accomplice saboteurs. So the judge is the one that beats you up over mistakes or over shortcomings, and yeah, really makes you worry all the time, like, oh, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with others? What's wrong with my life? And so on. And you may wonder, okay, this is the main character, the judge, but what are the other 9 saboteurs, the accomplices? So I'm going to show you in the next slide an overview of these 9 saboteurs. You don't need to remember any of it because I will also share the link for you to do your 5-minute saboteur assessment so that you can have your own report as well, personal report about your saboteurs. The 9 other saboteurs are controller, avoider, hypervigilant, pleaser, victim, restless, stickler, hyperrational, hyperachiever saboteurs. Now, I'm telling you, I can relate to each one of these saboteurs in different phases of my life. And currently, I also still have them. And what's most active in my life right now is the hypervigilant, which fuels my stress and anxiety. And we don't ever stop actually working on our fitness, right? Also the same with our mental fitness. So when we discover this saboteur, we see them as the trainer so that we can develop our strength, our sage powers. Now, you probably relate with this, any of these, maybe some, and you probably already start, assessing yourself. And I encourage you to do the quiz. It's 5 minutes and it's free, so you can get to know which are your top saboteurs, and you can also get, in your personal report, a deeper insight. Yeah, so it's a bit like a most wanted poster here. And we take an example here, the stickler saboteur, so that you can easily recognize and catch it when it's activated. Yeah, so if you see Actually, its saboteur itself is a strength or a quality that goes overdrive or it gets hijacked. And we don't need to see these saboteurs as enemies, but rather as our trainer, because we need our saboteurs also to develop our next muscles, which is our sage muscles. So through MRI scan, actually, we can see that the sage lives in the region of the brain associated with positive emotions, with peace and calm, with clear headed focus, creativity, and big picture thinking. And it helps us to operate from the sage perspective. Now, what is that sage perspective? It's this that every outcome or circumstance, even if it seems like really bad, it's really challenging, they can actually be turned into a gift and opportunity. And it's not only in theory, but also in practice. And to put them side by side, our saboteurs and our sage, they both can really motivate us. They drive us to achieve things. And the difference is that our saboteurs motivate us through negative emotions like fear or stress or guilt and shame, while our sage motivates us through the positive emotions like empathy, curiosity. Saboteur push us to achieve great things, to generate success, but it's not necessarily our happiness. While the sage generates our highest possible success while sustaining our happiness as well. And that leads us to our last muscle, which is the self command, which we practice at the beginning of this mini session. And it is the foundational practice, which is really simple, but not easy. And the smallest unit is, it's called the PQ rep. Yeah, just like when you're practicing weightlifting, like you do, okay, how many reps? In the mental fitness context, one unit, one rep is 10 seconds of really bringing your attention to through a specific way. Like we tried different ways already, to our breathing, to our hearing, to our visual sense. And I will share with you the simplicity of this PQ operating system. So if you're feeling negative emotions more than 1 second, stop. That means you're in saboteur mode. And what you're going to do is some PQ reps to quiet the saboteurs and activate your sage so that we can assume the sage perspective. Yeah, whatever situation it is, whatever problem, whatever challenge, it can be converted into a gift and opportunity. We follow through by actually generating those gifts ourselves using the sage powers. Like, for instance, empathy, curiosity, creativity, and calm, clear headed action. We all want to create positive change in our life, and I'm quite sure you know a lot about a lot already. The key to creating that lasting positive change in our life is not only insight. Insight, knowledge is only 20% of it. And the 80% is really building the muscles through practice, consistent action, and practice, practice, practice. So, my gift to you in your first step to conquering your saboteurs is this free, no obligation saboteur discovery call. It takes 30 to 40 minutes, and you can schedule yours by scanning the QR code or type in your browser bit.ly/SD call, SD for saboteur discovery call, and you will receive a link to do a 5-minute quiz to identify which are your top saboteurs at this moment. And to make the best use of our time during the call, please forward the quiz results to me. Yeah, so that we have really a clear laser focused conversation during our call. And in the call also, we will check if we are the right fit to work further for your mental fitness. So I look forward to seeing you and to having our conversation. Take care.